Okay, this is going to be a light review of WinX DVD Platinum giveaway version. It's actually 8.5, but it still works. Now, where did I lose it? There we go. The thing I like about it is ease of use. I mean, here are all the steps you need to know. Click this icon to load the disk, choose an output format, what type of device you want to run it on, hit run. You can still do tweaking. Alright, now I'm going to show over here is that you have options for hardware acceleration. Unfortunately, this laptop does not have hardware acceleration for video encoding, so it can't take advantage of any of these. But let's first do step 1. Click on the disk button. Yep, that's the disk I want to rip from. Hit OK. Sorry, I'm not using a screen recorder, but I can't figure out how to work OBS in 5 minutes. Alright, now here's output profile. It tells the software what type of device you want to be able to run it on. It also by default will go to the last type of profile you used. But there are other profiles available. And here's some general profiles and Peg-4 video. That's the one I prefer to go with. It's what you saw on the previously used because it's universal. Puts everything in an Peg-4 video using HD64 for video and AAC for audio. So again, it's pretty much universal. But you also have the option of making a DVD backup or choosing other devices. Say you're an Apple household. You want Apple devices. For example, you want it to work on your Apple TV, or you just want an iTunes video. You have all those options. Alright, let's back up again. And you have a couple other platforms. There is no listing for Roku, but just use the Apple TV 2 or 3 setting. That should be compatible. Okay, you also got some streaming options, but I'm going to go with recently used profile. You guys, again, it's universal. It'll work on my Nexus player and pretty much everything else. No having to mess with it. I chose high quality. The default is medium quality. You can lower it lower to save space, or higher if you want better picture quality at the expense of it taking more space. Boom. Alright. Now, it automatically picked out the movie track. And was able, I think it did it just by length, movie length. And let's go in, set tags. I could change the name of the movie to, because it's not Spy Kids 1 word, Spy Kids 2 words. I'll do an underscore, because I already did this before, and actually, between the Y and the K. Yeah, that makes more sense. My kids. Nope. I want to cancel because that was the target name. Set tags. You can give it the name. Or change it in case it does the file name rather than the proper movie name. Okay. And you can tell this is a full movie because it's got the movie's track, because it's got the full movie length, an hour and 40 minutes, 48 seconds. Alright, we have some more options over here. You get to change the video profile if you change your mind at the last moment. You want to cancel out. And over here we have another settings option. If you want to fine tune the output profile. Yep, and I go back. I just did that. Why can't I learn? Alright, example. You may want to change the bit quality. I find 2.5 megabits for DVD fine. In fact, it's probably overkill. But I did get nice results. Okay. I mean, I like the picture quality it gave. I had no problem with it. Okay, and frame rate. Keep original, or you can change it depending on your devices. This is important if you're going to do something like say a Wii as a playback device because it doesn't really like any other frame rate other than 29.97. Because if you try to do 24 frames per second, it'll have a heart attack. That's probably the only real negative about this. It doesn't have an option for a higher frame rate. Alright, you have the option of changing your resolution. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. Well, yeah, if it's going to be on a lower resolution device. Yeah, you can change your aspect ratio, or you can customize it. But I'm not going to customize it because original works fine for me. I'm going to keep the original. Audio codec, you choose AAC. Well, because that's the profile is the only thing it comes in. Sample rate, you can play around with it a bit. As well as bit rate. Probably overkill. But then again, there are some who prefer or are more sensitive. And I can just choose to apply, but since I'm not changing anything, I'm going to hit cancel. You could also choose other chapters if you chose, but I just want the movie itself. And this is a nice thing that you see. Double check to be sure it's the right chapter. You got the right track. Well, technically chapter, but you know what I meant. You got the right thingy. I'm going to bounce it ahead a little. That's a bounce back loop. Okay, so I'm sure you got the right one. And here's the destination. You can choose where you want to save it to. But I'm happy where it's at. Oh, you finally finished your defrag. Lovely, thank you. And just hit run. And it'll begin going through the gyrations. Now this is the name it'll actually give it, but you can fix that after you're done with it. And it's giving an absurd remaining time that's not accurate, and you see it just jumped from 5 hours to under 3, and it'll actually take about, depending on your processing power, because that's what's going to change it. If your frame per second of transcoding is higher than the movie's frames per second, it's going to be done beforehand. If it's lower, it's going to take longer than the movie. This took about an hour and 50 minutes. The progress. Oh, this laptop, it's running an AMD A10 processor. So you have an idea of it's weak. CPU wise, it's weaker than an i3. Graphics wise, it's more powerful than an i3 integrated, but that's not going to help here because it doesn't have a video encoder for H.264, so it's going to have to do it purely on CPU muscle because it's being done through software rendering rather than hardware transcoding. Okay, it's getting down to about... Oh, wait. Was I thinking of a different movie? Oh, another detail I forgot. You also have, even without hardware encoding, you have option of using what they call a high quality engine. And I probably looked up what that actually means. It's already at 2%. I'll do. Yeah, I said 5%. I want to mean it. Or not. You know what? I'm just going to hit stop. Oh, forgot to mention, you can also control what happens when it's done. Say you set this to run just before bedtime. Do its work while you're sleeping. You can have it shut down when the conversion's done. Or you can have it just open a output folder. That way you can fix the name. All right, I'm going to hit stop.